Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sport. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, they've got Joe Harris. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan, and it's Green in at the 4. Now here's Green. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now here's Jackson. Right wing, Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Over Harden, and Jackson gets it to go. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who...
Oh, goodness. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
George against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Luwawu is checked in for Kyrie Irving. Here's George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And the Clippers making a change here. Coffey's checked in.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Jackson against Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. George with the ball. Now Green defending. Batum wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. On the wing, Harden, guarded by Jackson.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's George. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
6 to shoot. Left side, George. And he banks in the layup.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Harden against Jackson. Harden kicks to Harris. Harden up top. He's got 6. Passes it to Jordan. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Look, DeAndre Jordan and the rim, those two are best friends.
Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for Luwawu. Clippers trail by 3. Outside Rondo. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
Harden surveying the D. Shot from 12. Harden. It's good on the putback.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. He feeds it to Patterson. Rondo with the ball. Tries from 7. The rebound by the Nets. Pass pass to Brown. Rondo against Harden. Jordan inside. Fades back. That shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. The shot's good from Kennard.
Didn't want to settle for something going away from the basket. Aggressive with a finger roll.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. Harden dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Can't connect from 14 feet out. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. The shot by Rondo is no good. Harden right side. On the way, Harris. Harden the pass to Jordan. Here's Harris. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed,
this game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Luke Kennard out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at the 5.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Bruce Brown. Here's Irving. Crafty move. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers trail. Here's George. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
In the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. That free throw good from George. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Perry passes to Claxton. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Irving for 3. Oturu with the rebound.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Here's Kennard. Brooklyn with the rebound.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Irving's shot is good. Irving's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
And Patterson kicks to Kennard. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Irving against Jackson. Irving, good. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
1:36 left to play in the first half. It's George on the wing. Yep, that one goes in there. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Irving passes to Luau. 1:05 left in the first half of basketball.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Fires from deep. Patterson can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Perry. Aldridge dishes to Irving. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
George, no good.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Outside, George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Eight seconds left in the first half. Nobody near Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers. He gets it up. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Brooklyn with their lead standing at 6 points. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to... What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points and 1 steal. And that...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Green, and a wide-open look for Irving. Off target from three-point range. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the Jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the Thunder finish.
Here's Harden. They get it back. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Luau's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here too. Man's checked in. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Here's Harden down low, stolen by Jackson, and stolen by Jordan. Here's Harden on the wing. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harden.
I got yours.
And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Now the pass to Leonard. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. Bucket is good. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
A rebound by the Nets. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Harden. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Mann, and that one is hammered home.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Jackson against Harden. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Mann, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the basket by Harden.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Clippers trail by 4, and there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul, and a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Rondo. Good on the shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. A 3-ball. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Yeah, that's one of the more dangerous shots. The form, the quick release, everything for Kyrie in sync.
Rondo drives in. Here's Patterson. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Irving finds Aldridge. Irving looking for an opening. Got it off in time, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Coffey in at the 3 spot.
And Rondo's speed right there, a big help on that play. He uses it well to knife in there, get inside, pick up a foul.
James Harden. He's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Here's Irving. Passes it to Claxton. Rebound by the Clippers. Patterson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They swipe it. Irving attacking. Pass to Claxton. And the jam by Harden.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And Harden hit the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Green. Blake Griffin comes in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Now here's Johnson. Kicks it to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 8 feet away. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Blake Griffin. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for Johnson. The 3 from George. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Outside for George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard looking over the floor. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back. Kyrie coming alive. He does that at this stage of the game.
Outside, George. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Jordan with some nice D. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Coffey's checked in. Clippers trail by 3. And here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Harden gets the bucket.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And that one, good.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Irving passes to Harden. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in. We've got 1:18 left to play in the final quarter. Up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 5.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
Nobody near George. Traps in the tray. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Pass to Harden. Back to Irving. He dishes it to Jordan. Feeds it to Irving. Pocket 2. Over George. Irving can't get it to go. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. No good on that one. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball. Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Here's George. And the call. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harden against Rondo. It's Harden with the drive. Yes!
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 3 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one,
Of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. 2 teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also now, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Offensive rebound. Zubac no good. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
On offense here, the Bucks. DiVincenzo with it. Passes to Giannis. Back to DiVincenzo. On the wing, Giannis. Batum with the steal.
That's going to drive your coach crazy. Protect the basketball. He lost focus for 1 second. There goes the possession. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And the Clippers have possession. 4-point game. Here's George, and it's sent back by Lopez.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Shots good by Middleton.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Clock at 6. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lopez. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And that's what he's looking for. After 3 straight misses, finally finds the mark.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Stolen by George. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Pass to Leonard. Now Zubats. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. Here's DiVincenzo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Jackson kicks to George. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Now, here is George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Giannis outside. There's the pass to Holiday. Lets it go with the 3. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Outside for George. Rebounded by the Bucks.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Middleton. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Leonard looking around. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. To the paint. Middleton can't get it to go.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Giannis outside. He gets it in there.
And to me, this is the perfect spot for a Giannis jump shot. Keeps the opponent honest.
Here's Leonard. Great D that time for Middleton. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Rajon Rondo. Kennard is out there with Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's man in at the 2 spot. Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez, and it's Drew Holiday in for Antetokounmpo. Rondo on top. And too long on the shot.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Tries it from 9. Holiday finds Portis. It's blocked. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. Rondo passes to Mann. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Didn't miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today, but, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Here's Portis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Patterson kicks to Morris. The offensive rebound to the wing on the left. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Portis. Forwards the pass to Connaughton. Inside, it's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. He shoots again. Morris kicks to Patterson. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
The shot goes down, and it gets this game back to even.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now, it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Here's Lopez. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Giannis passes to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
For 3, Middleton. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. Count that one.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Rondo finds Leonard. to end the run. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
That free throw good from Leonard.
He's in attack mode, drawing contact now, getting to the line, something he didn't do at all in the first quarter.
He hits both from the stripe.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. And Holiday kicks to Giannis. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 10 points.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Giannis dishes to Middleton. Back to Giannis. Shoots from 8. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
George against Middleton. And George, here we go. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Antetokounmpo. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 14.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And a deep 3 from George. Kept alive. Bucks leading by 7. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Anderson passes to George. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Zubac. Shot clock at 2. The open shot, George. Again, the Clippers. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one, and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive.
Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Middleton against George. To the right side. To the inside. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. A different look for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Paul George.
This is the consistency he was looking for in the first half. Just took him a while to heat up.
Holiday looking over the floor. Over Rondo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Rajon Rondo.
This is a tough kid. Holiday's fought through injuries. He's a physical player and a fearless player as well.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Both free throws good from Holiday. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Morris kicks to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Holiday against Rondo. Rondo with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam. And this game is tied up now.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things in your own hands. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Now, here's George. He's guarded closely, and the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul, and the Clippers making a switch here. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Rondo for the lead, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Rondo from outside? How about that?
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Holiday, the pass to Portis. The Clippers grab the miss. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. The Bucks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Both shots good from the stripe. 6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Leonard. Intercepted. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Los Angeles on top. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 5. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jackson, the baseline J. And it's Leonard missing.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Morris against DiVincenzo. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Middleton subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Morris passes to Zubac. And the shot goes down. Zubac has got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles.
And after what was just a horrendous shooting performance in that first half, they're finally starting to find their rhythm here in the second.
Giannis high post. He's against Morris.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 shots. That's good from Antetokounmpo. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. George against Middleton, and George kicks to Zubac. Pass to Coffee. Back to Zubac. Lopez with the steal. Knocked loose and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And the dunk by Zubac.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Now, here's George. And that one clearly a foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Right side, George. Off target on the 15-footer.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Here's Forbes. Outside, Antetokounmpo. To the middle, Portis. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists in the game. The Clippers in the lead. Stolen by Middleton. Forbes the pass to Antetokounmpo. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
George against Middleton, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
On the wing, Giannis. Portis gives to Giannis. The Bucks working the ball around. Pocket 4. Both loose. That's tipped. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's George. Great D that time from Portis.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And he gets it to go. Forbes has got his first basket.
We talk about Forbes' ability to shoot, but he has a calm about him in important moments.
And here's Leonard from 3. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's DiVincenzo. Kicks it to Forbes. To the inside. Yes!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
And George, here we go. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some pop.
Giannis outside. Oturu with the rebound. One-on-one fast break. Here's Morris. Good!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Right side, out of the Kumbo. Oh, no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
I'm very familiar.
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Passes it to Batum, pulls it up. Rebounded by McCollum.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And now the fast break, George with the ball. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
George against McCollum.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard with no one around. The shot misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
George against McCollum. George, no good.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Powell dishes to Nurkic. The shot's good.
Well, I love Nurkic's shot selection. I mean, outstanding at getting to his spots and converting.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Zubac has got his second bucket.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior. Gotta love it.
Lillard against Jackson. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
George against McCollum. George double teamed. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on C.J. McCollum. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year? 88% from the line.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. His shot's good from Cantor.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
Outside Rondo. A rebound by Simons.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Back to Jones. There's the dish to Cantor. Shoots over Patterson. A shake, and Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
And it's Rondo penetrating. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Right side, Rondo. On the wing, Morris. Back to Rondo. Clippers moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Trailblazers leading by 6. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here is George. Rebound by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Powell down low. Patterson on him. Back to Powell. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Here's George. It's good.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we've got more NBA action on 2.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard against Rondo. Pass to Patterson, 11 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Patterson's got his first 2 points.
Gonna tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist-less, incredible career that keeps going.
Lillard looking around. Kanter inside. He's covered by Rondo.
Well, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Leonard with no one around. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Lillard against Rondo. And Lillard throws it down.
Can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Batum wide open. He fires. The long distance three is buried.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Here's Lillard, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Lillard outside. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
And it's Leonard missing. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. Kicks it out to Covington. To the left side wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
And that one's good. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Lillard. Great D that time from Leonard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Outside Jackson. From the arc. And it's Leonard missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Lillard with it. Jackson on him. Lillard with the bucket.
Oh, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over it.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside Leonard. The pass to Okuru. Takes it out to Leonard. And the three off target. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Lillard from outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Jackson passes to Kennard. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. But it's no good. An open look for Lillard, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
Outside Leonard to halt the run. No good on the layup. And so it's Damian Lillard making things. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 16 points and 1 assist. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Coffey in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every 3 McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Got a hand on it. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
George, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. This really hurt me.
It's Covington on the wing. Now here's Lillard. 18 points for him. A three-pointer off the mark.
Wow, that's their first shot of the half that hasn't found a mark. It's been a good start for them.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Lillard with it. The rebound by Patterson. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Lillard, the pass to Cannon. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
George finds Patterson. And there's Paul George on the assist by Patterson. George has got 10.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert easy.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Outside Jackson. From deep three-point range. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Lillard fires away from way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Leonard looking over the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 6.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Powell finds Canner. Three-pointer, Lillard. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Enes Kanter. Little comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And it's Leonard missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Powell against Rondo. Powell down low. Banked in off the glass.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Simons. Makes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the time.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And here is Powell. No good there. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Trailblazers leading by 17. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Little, Anthony out there with Giles. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Back to Anthony. Pass to Giles. Out to Anthony. Pulls up from the corner. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Anthony's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Portland. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. And it's Simons missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Powell. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Leonard. They get a hand on it, and Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. From deep. The Trailblazers rebound, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Zubac kicks to Batum. Goes back up. And the layup by George.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Rondo against Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
George against McCollum. From deep three-point range, and Paul George with the three. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight, and he commits the intentional foul. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Oh, what balance from the veteran. Even when Batum gets hit, he's skilled at staying in control.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Jackson. The three from George. And another three for the Clippers.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Jackson against Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Zubats finds Jackson. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Over to the left wing. Lillard way outside. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George with no one around. Misses the three. Trailblazers leading by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Portland.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lillard.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
What you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard.
It's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
And Portland has possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by Zubats. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. Off target with the open look. And so it's Portland winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be. Here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
So the Nets starting 5. We've got DeAndre Jordan, Harden out there with Luwawu, then it's Green, and it's Harris in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Kennard is out there with Paul George, then it's Ivica Zubac, then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3 spot.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better, and not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
George looking around. And it's off from 3-point range. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Harden the pass to Jordan. Outside, Green. And here's Harris from the arc. The Clippers grab the miss. Pass to Kennard. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. Stolen by Zubac. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. To the paint, it's tipped. Now the Clippers moving it up. Lob pass to George. Outside Jordan. And the rejection by Zubac. Mann passes to Kennard. Outside for George. From past the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Back to Harris. Steps back and fires. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Nice step in from the line that time by Harris. Gets those looks because you've got to respect his 3.
George passes to Mann. Launches it. He can't get that one.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Here's George. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Now here's Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And a big man that plays with a lot of versatility in his game. Opponents have to be cautious of Griffin on the drive.
And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Rondo. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Irving dishes to Harris. And he gets the bucket.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
In the corner, George with it. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, dishes it to Patterson. Pass to Oturu. Outside for Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Here's Irving, and easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
The three from George. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 8 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Irving. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. .12 seconds left in the first. Irving passes to Harden. No one near him. That one goes. Count it. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor. You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
And here's Leonard from three. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
And he makes all 3.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Nets lead. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Leonard. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Rondo with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lets it go from deep. Harden grabs the miss. Nets leading by 3.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Here's Patterson. No good with the triple.
Not quite enough defense
That time around, just lucky he was off.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Claxton's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Brooklyn making some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Griffin. Bruce Brown comes in for James Harden. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here's Luwawu. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Claxton, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Outside, George. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Green, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Batum with the steal. Jackson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Johnson against Jackson. And there's the pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 6. They kick it out to Green. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Nets lead by 5.
You know, sometimes overwhelming presence. Aldridge is a handful to deal with because of his height, strength, and length.
And a deep 3 from George. The Clippers rebound. Outside Jackson. Pass to Batum. From deep. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Green, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
Griffin passes to Aldridge. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Outside, George sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 17 now.
And, you know, the long-range shooting of PG is admirable. I mean, he's a dead-eye launcher from deep.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the... And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They ended the period holding on to it. And that does it for our...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him, body him up, be physical with him.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Green. Luwawu is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
All Harden needs is a little separation. Once the screen comes his way, he's looking to pull up.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. George passes to Zubac. That one's not going to go. Good D by Jordan.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
And Leonard has it in the corner. 90 seconds now into the second half. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
On the wing, Harris. Shoots over Leonard. Harris's shot is off. Clippers trail by 6. And finished off by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Inside, Jordan kicks to Harden. Over George. Harden's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Leonard with the bucket.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
George way outside. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
And they'll keep possession. Jordan finds Harden. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Harden's got 19 points.
Well, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Outside Leonard. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
George against Harden. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Griffin's checked in for Harris. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for James Harden. Here's Oturu. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And on the way from Irving for 3, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Oturu's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
20 seconds left in the 3rd. Irving passes to Claxton. Back to Irving. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
You know, Irving is deadly from mid-range and really embraces that shot. He doesn't shy away from it. And I think he can give opponents a lot of problems because of it.
And stolen by Aldridge. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of it. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. The Nets with the lead. They've got Rajon Rondo. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Griffin kicks to Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Irving misses. Clippers with the ball. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac. Neither team here in the 4th generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Irving passes to Claxton. Back to Irving. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Man. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fires from the line. They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 1.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Rondo against Irving. Rondo passes to Zubac. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
So for the Nets, Jeff Green is checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Brown comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And James Harden has subbed in for Irving. And it's blocked, and he's able to get it back. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
I'll tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one, and it's led to an abundance of second-chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second-chance points.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Paul George.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding.
Here's Harden.
Oh! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
George passes to Oturu. Harden against George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And that one's good. Leonard.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Here's Harden, and it's denied. And they go to the intentional foul, and the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Leonard kicks to Patterson. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac, and stolen by Aldridge. Left side, Griffin. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
George up top, guarded by Harden. Offensive rebound. Zubac no good. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Brown. Harden outside. On the wing, Harris. Shot clock at 5. Irving with it. George picks him up. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Harden outside. Down low. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden for 3. Frames it from downtown.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
George against Harden. Shooting foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He challenged them to hold on to the lead. He said, you're in control of the game right now, and it's up to you if we win this game. Take the responsibility and own it and close this thing out like you can. Let's see if we can get it done, guys.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To tie it up. Off target from downtown. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
The shot by George, no good. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. Just 3 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
He's able to shift gears in an instant. Hard to stay in front of Holiday on the drive.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Portis can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Batum finds Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Zubac trying to break loose. And George with the stuff.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Leonard with the steal. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Portis kicks to Middleton. Shoots the 3. Drills the 3-pointer.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Leonard looking over the floor. Here's Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. From outside, off the mark. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Outside, George. Los Angeles with another miss. Milwaukee in the lead. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
DiVincenzo finds Portis.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George against DiVincenzo. Back to Jackson. Pass to Batum. 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy. Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
1:05 left in the first quarter. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
From deep, George. Milwaukee with the rebound.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
The Bucks working the ball around. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Batum against Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's George. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. There's the lob to Portis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. George. No good on the last second attempt there. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight. And recently, on the subject of trash talking, Giannis.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
They've got Patrick Patterson. Kennard is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mann in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Back to Kennard. But they'll get another chance. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Pass to Tucker. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. It's deflected. They retain possession. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Rondo. Holiday with the defensive effort. Bucks leading by 11. To the paint, here's Tucker. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Rondo with the steal. Now, here's George. He's tightly guarded, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Passes to Tucker. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. The Clippers have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
But deep 3 from George. And the 3 ball is good. George has got 7. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known. vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
1:51 left to play here in the half. The feed to Lopez. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
So both teams making some changes here. The Bucks shooting their first free throw this game.
And the leadership Lopez gives this team really important. He's someone his younger teammates look up to.
Here's Coffey. Lopez with the block, and he gets it back. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. Antetokounmpo's there. Leonard attacking. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count it. Giannis has got 10.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Up top, Leonard, covered by Giannis. Leonard goes up again. Kicks to Jackson. 6 to shoot. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Fast break, Milwaukee. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Here's Leonard, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Kawhi was drafted 15th overall in 2011. If they had a redraft, I wonder what number he would go down.
Here's DiVincenzo. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is, and so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 10-point lead.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, a tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 12 points. That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's DiVincenzo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lopez, no luck. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Here's DiVincenzo. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers, trailing here by 8. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton, and oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's George. Zubats. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Bucks leading by 6. Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
And George, here we go. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's DiVincenzo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the inside. And Portis throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Paul George. Holiday looking over the floor. To the middle. Portis finds Holiday. Now, Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Leonard. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Nobody near Leonard. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got 9 points. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday staying very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Kennard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Holiday trying to get open as Lopez. Holiday gets the bucket.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. And he knocks down the first one. And Los Angeles with some changes. Coffey's checked in, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Drew Holiday.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Here's Connaughton. Kennard covering. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. The coast-to-coast dunk.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
34 seconds left in the third. And the pass to Coffee. Jackson passes to Oturu. And Leonard has it in the corner. Lock at 6. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Now here's Middleton. He's guarded closely. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Here's Leonard. Count it. Good. Leonard's got 13.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Patrick Patterson, also Ivica Zubac out there, Reggie Jackson out there with Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. That gives them the lead. Man's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And they're on the break. It's Solenbaum to Kumbo. And Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That'll be his second foul of the game. Portis, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. Outside, George. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. That one goes in. Portis has got the game tied up here for Milwaukee.
That was physical D, but Bobby Portis is so strong, he finished through contact.
Outside, George pass to Oturu. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. They're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Outside Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
As crafty as he is explosive, Kawhi Leonard gets the defender where he wants him. Gets to the line.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Lopez is checked in.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Pass to Connaughton. Inside. But they get it back. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Passes it to George. Back to Rondo. Beyond the arc. That one, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And Middleton kicks to Lopez. Back to Middleton to take the lead. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth, though. It's pretty nice efficiency there.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
The drive by Giannis. Here's the teardrop. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket for Middleton. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the inside, Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Batum. Clippers leading by 4. Outside, George. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Beautiful to the eyes. That's good fundamental basketball. You love to see that playing the right way.
DiVincenzo against George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Clippers lead by 6.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Good job. Want to keep fueling that lead. Make your free throws.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play. And then, of course, they also need to foul.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And it's the Clippers with the ball. The 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Giannis. Misses from short range. And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building, and a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Yes. Woo. Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Lillard against Jackson. From deep three-point range, and it's Lillard missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Outside, George for the 3. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. The 3 from George. The Clippers rebound. No good. Shot missing. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Portland, no good that time either.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Stolen by George. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And then George with the jam.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, man, Jackson is terrific at playing both ends of the floor, and his trademark quickness, really putting forth a great effort on defense to come away with that steal.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. They need this. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Now, that was a long time coming. Took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
George looking around. Over in the corner, Batum. Outside for Jackson. 6 to shoot. Here's Leonard. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Outside, George. The 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Jackson against Lillard. And a lot of contact on that one. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Just double-checking, and the game continues on. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Lillard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 6.
Well, Lillard is used to getting pushed around. Got to admire how he muscles it in regardless.
Outside Rondo. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Simons, the pass to Cantor. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
What you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one's good. George. He's got 8.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Lillard with no one around. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
A nice shot by George.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Lillard looking around. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
Tipped away. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. .20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. George from deep three-point land. And it's George again missing. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Oh, Moore's in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He got... Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with the big loss.
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the two-guard position. Paul George with the steal. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Los Angeles. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
It's stolen by Anthony. Here's the break. Here's Simons. Finished off the break.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Clippers leading by 6.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Anthony's checked in for Derek Jones. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Jackson with it. Leonard with no one around. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. McCollum against Jackson. Puts up a 3. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson looking it over. Passes it to Leonard. Fires for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anthony finds Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. Here's Cantor. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. Rebound by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Leonard's got 7 points. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's McCollum. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Robert Covington's checked in for Enes Kanter. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. The throw good, McCollum.
Well, consistency is what comes to mind when I think of McCollum. I mean, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Powell kicks to Covington. Rebounded by Jackson.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
When he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Portland also making some changes. Jones checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum.
And Lillard times these floaters perfectly. He rises up with these, letting the ball roll off his fingertips.
Pass to Leonard. Down low. Here's Oturu. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Nurkic. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Powell dishes to Jones. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard against Jackson. And then Lillard slams it in.
Oh, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over.
And here's George. 16 points for him. From deep. He made it.
That's how you beat the clock, baby. That's how you beat the clock.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 19 points and
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
man. How about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Clippers leading by 7. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at center. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Rondo's shot is off. The Trailblazers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Covington passes to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside for George. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. And Lillard throws it down.
When Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
Outside, George. Back to Rondo. Outside, Leonard. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's McCollum. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, and the blinding quickness right there on display for McCollum. He excels at leaking out and capitalizing in the open floor.
Outside Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
Here's what Portland is going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Giles. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Here's Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Up top, Leonard. Covered by Anthony. Leonard, no luck.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And the basket by Lillard.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. To the middle, here's Batum, and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Well, look, if you're out there with Rondo, find some open space, and he's going to find you.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. Man showing some terrific range. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Back to Rondo. Zubac kicks to Leonard. With the teardrop, he lays it in. Leonard's got 13.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
All right, I'm telling you, don't let Lillard get in rhythm. Once he's feeling it, he's going to burn you on every possession.
Rondo scanning the floor, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Jones checked in for Robert Covington, and Norman Powell subbed in for Damian Lillard. Stolen away. Here's Simons, defended by George. Jones, no luck. Los Angeles leading by 3. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third, a 75% clip. Anthony, the pass to Powell. Out to Anthony. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good, George.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Simons. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Outside, George takes the 3. That one doesn't drop. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Trailblazers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson against Lillard. Good on the bucket. Lillard's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers. Jackson against Lillard. And the basket by Jackson.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Lillard, and the rejection by Zubac. Pass to Lillard. Stolen by Jackson. To the paint. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard way outside, but they recover it. Second chance shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The free throw drops for Lillard, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. Clippers leading by 5. Outside, George. From deep. The Clippers rebound. Oturu, the pass to George. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside. George has got 27.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
The Clippers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Jackson from long range. The rebound by Giles.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Jackson has the open look. Offline with his 3.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Cullen passes to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Outside Jackson. Back to George. Outside Jackson. This one for 3. Good on the triple. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Jackson has improved his three-point stroke. He can't be left alone from outside.
And stolen by Patterson. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the fourth. The 3 from George. Doesn't go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 35.
And look at that. The touch of Lillard inside. So impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. McCollum against George. Just 5 to shoot. To the wing right side. From deep three-point range. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's sent back by George. Here's the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
Lillard attacking. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. There's the 3. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Lillard misses. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.